Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Southwest Flavor. Happy Tuesday to everyone. We have happy Thursday to everyone. I don't know what day it is. Will just looked at me like, today we have a great show lined up for you. Will Pena's here with me. He's co-hosting again, doing his bi-weekly thing. And we have a special guest on today, Daniel Butierez. He is running for Congress. And tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a small business owner. I actually do a lot of business with PPG across the way from you.
Right. But you're a painting contractor.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah.
In 2017, I was working for a company called Express Painting.
Okay.
And when they came out with they lowered the taxes to help small businesses get started and going, that's when I started my company, and I built up Butierez Painting. Mm-hmm. And I later on bought the Express Painting that I had been working for. So I own both companies.
Oh, fantastic. So,
licensed, bond insured painting contractor here in Arizona. Anyway, life hasn't always been a rainbow and bright colors. I'm one of Arizona's wrongfully convicted. I actually spent about 4.5 years in prison the first time. 3 years were in maximum security.
Oh, wow.
For a crime that it took 30 years for the state of Arizona to admit that I didn't commit.
Wow.
So, anyways, I got out the first time. My children were gone. The mother of my children were gone. Everything I owned was gone.
Yeah.
And I started running with the guys I met in prison, and they introduced me to crystal meth, crack cocaine. Yeah. Anyway, that took me down a pretty rough road, and I wound up homeless for a couple of years. Then something which wasn't so great at the time, but later on I came to see it as a blessing. Sure. I got violated, put back in prison. Okay. And during that period, I wound up having a spiritual awakening, giving my life over to Jesus Christ.
Fantastic. Yeah.
And from that moment, my life changed. I wound up going to a yard where we could work, and it was the only yard that I was ever on that people weren't using drugs. Mm-hmm. People weren't fighting. Nobody was getting killed. And we would go to work every day. And that's why nobody wanted to get in trouble, because they got to leave every day and go make, earn money.
Right. You have to earn those privileges. I mean, it's a privilege to work when you're locked up like that. So you have to earn those, and you have to keep clean.
Yep. Yeah. And I wound up walking out with about $5,200. Okay. Came out and started my life over again, and the fact I was 40 at the time when I walked out, I had a lot to do to get my life together. So I was very ambitious, very driven, and I started buying and flipping houses and making money. And
oh wow! Okay.
And I climbed up in the company Express where I was working, and till I was running the company, which led to me starting my own company, because it was, it's the next level. It's time to go to the next level. So I started my other company, and it was during that time that the state wound up admitting that I had been convicted of a crime I didn't commit. The judge came back and made it more serious. He said that the conviction from September 15th, 1992 was void. Okay. Which means there was never a conviction. The reason there was never a conviction is because I had never been charged, tried, or convicted.
Really?
Really. So, and double jeopardy had been implemented because the original charge that they tried me with, which the judge ruled I was not guilty of because there was no evidence of a crime, that right there, that's when they should have entered my acquittal and let me go, and double jeopardy was invoked. Yeah. Instead, they put me on probation for a crime that had they charged me or instructed the jury or given a form of verdict for, would have been a lesser. Except, if it had been a different drug, marijuana doesn't have a lesser in its statutes. There's no such thing as a lesser in marijuana because there's a threshold loss. But anyways. So they called it a lesser included, even though it wasn't. There's no such thing in a sales charge, which there wasn't a sales charge. So, anyways, they put me on probation pending an appeal. I violated probation for drinking on probation, and they gave me 10 years in prison. Wow! After doing 2 years of probation, so that's where all that happened. Anyways, I wound up getting that all fixed, And I'm driving around and I'm thinking to myself, God, why did you put me through that?
Yeah.
Why did I go through this road that I didn't have to go through? And I'm looking at the homeless. And all of a sudden, I just felt this powerful urge and desire to help them, which I do with my company, because I do hire the homeless. I hire guys that come out of prison, go to halfway houses.
Oh, okay.
When I got to work, I got a couple of halfway houses that I work with.
Okay.
And I will bring guys in to work for the company. So because I've been where they are and I want to help them get to where I am.
Right, exactly.
So I'm looking at the homeless and I say, you know what? I need to do something about this. I'm the guy that can do something about this. That and the only one that could win CD7 must be born in CD7 and care about CD7 and have an established, residency here in CD7.
Sure.
And that's the only way someone could win, to care about the community and the community to believe that such a person cares about the community.
Right.
So
you're part of the community.
I threw my hat into the race and I began running. And the more I never wanted to be a politician. I just knew that I was the one that had to do it.
Yeah.
And I wound up traveling across southern Arizona, over in Douglas, Nogales, Yuma, Avondale, Tolleson, all over Tucson, Bisbee. Even though there's not a whole lot of Republicans there,
right?
It doesn't matter because I go talk to Democrats, and I people are people,
right? And as a representative, you need to talk to everyone because if you get elected, those are your people. You're supposed to represent the voice of the people.
Exactly,
yeah.
And that's another reason that I was wanting to run, is because as a Republican, we haven't had any representation here in CD7.
Yeah.
I mean that's just a fact. Anyone can argue and say anything they want, but it's true. And there's a lot of Democrats that are, moderates that aren't getting representation either. So, and I know what that's like. So it doesn't matter. I'm running to represent the liberals, Democrats, Republicans, independents, conservatives. It doesn't matter because CD7 is about CD7 and everyone in CD7. So to be a good representative, you got to listen to everybody, have a conversation with everybody, and which was what I've been doing. I mean, been over in San Luis, Somerton. I mean, I've just been meeting people, and let me tell you, people are people.
Yeah.
They're the same everywhere. They have the same desires, the same wants, the same needs, in just a different location.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think most of us as a whole, probably 90, we want 90% of the same things. We want safe schools. We want good roads. We want a safe community. We want to be able to work and provide for our family. I mean, that's just pretty much what everyone wants.
Well, I just met with a lady. I did an event this weekend, and and there's people attacking me on social media because there's a group of 3 or 4 girls that are. I know one of them's a Grijalva supporter.
Oh, okay.
I've known it for a long time, which is why we got her out of one of our Republican groups. But they've been bashing me, and I met with a woman, Moms Rising or something. Anyway, she showed up at one of my events, and we're there talking, and she came to meet me. She was upset because I had said I want to expand school choice. Sure. And she wanted to know why I was against public education. I said, I'm not. I'm not against public education, but you want to expand school choice. I said, yeah, we need competition.
Yeah.
If you have competition, then public schools are going to have to improve the kids' grades, what they're doing in their schools so that they can attract these kids back there.
Yeah, exactly.
If you get rid of these, you turn the public schools into monopoly. So we had a really good conversation.
Yeah.
And it was just about education. And she said, you know what? I never looked at it like that. And I said, well, I'm a businessman. Okay. I look at things through a businessman's eyes.
That's right. Yeah.
I don't like seeing money getting thrown away and just wasting.
Yeah.
And that's what they've been doing with our homeless. So I wound up taking a picture with her, and my manager put it on social media, and then those 3 girls decided to put a different scenario around it and post it on Pima County Republicans. But Yeah, I spoken out. Though it has nothing to do with Congress or the federal government, but I'm a Catholic, so of course I'm against abortion.
Yeah.
Apparently, this group is also part of for abortion group. I didn't know anything about that. Her and I had a conversation about education. So anybody out there that's read that, that's the truth. So, anyways, the other things is I just traveling. I just been enjoying that. So.
Oh, good. Yeah. It seems like you've traveled a lot then. When did you start this process? When did you decide that you're going to throw your hat in the ring and start the process?
I almost ran in 2022.
Okay.
And then I saw that this Luis Pizzola was running.
Okay.
And I said, you know what? Because I didn't really want to do this. I said, let him do it. So I got behind, signed his petition, and said, let him have at it.
Yeah.
But then he lost, and he's the reason I started, because I really thought he should have won. But I started doing the research, and then I realized that he doesn't even live in the district.
Oh.
Much like the two guys that I ran against, they tried to primary me. Neither one of them lived in the district. I was the only one in the district. But the biggest thing is, Tucson is the biggest majority of CD7.
Oh, okay.
And if you're not of Hispanic descent, you're not born and raised here in Tucson, Arizona, you're never going to win CD7.
Yeah.
It's just a fact. You need to be born here.
You have to have those roots here.
Because we're so connected. I mean, while I'm going through South Tucson and talking to people, I'm meeting all kinds of family members. I mean, Alfredo Valenzuela, Dr. V.
Yeah.
He's my cousin.
Okay.
Okay. And I went up to hand him a card, and he goes, Butierez, you're Calderon. I said, well, yeah, my grandfather was Filomeno Gutierrez with a G.
Okay.
And my grandmother was Ramona Calderon. And my dad was the fifth child born, and the day he was born, Grandma said God's presence was so powerful, she believed him being an angel sent from heaven, so she called him angel. Well, they messed up on his birth certificate and wrote Butierez.
Oh, really?
So Grandma thought it was a holy name and a sign from God, so that's where the name Butierez comes from.
Okay.
So
That's interesting. I did not know that.
Interesting.
yeah. Well, I've had some Gutierrez family members ask me, because they knew that family members in their family had been Gutierrez and became Butierrez. So they knew I was part of their family. They just wanted to know why. And so I've told the story a few times to them.
Okay. So. They're kind of wondering, hey, why did you change your name?
Right.
You know, what's going on with that? That's an interesting story.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's where it came from. So.
Yeah, interesting.
So, go ahead. Well,
so we probably have the same questions here. So I've lived in CD7. I work in CD7. So I've seen the whole Grijalva, I don't know, I want to call it an empire, but, basically, that. And I've seen candidates come, challenge. What, other than, okay, I know that you live there, you were born and raised pretty much in CD7. What's different this time that's going to put you over the top on this?
The fact that I have been actively campaigning and have become a part of South Tucson, even though I used to live in South Tucson.
Yeah.
I have become a part of it. I go to all the restaurants. I go talk to the people. I'm part of the community.
Yeah.
And you need to belong to the community to get them to accept you. And I've come to, they're like family to me now. I mean, when I walk into Delicious restaurant over on 12th, they all come out and they hug me and they get some, and they're all Democrats. They're all Democrats. I mean, that, as a matter of fact, I've got the Republicans doing Republican meetings in the back of Delicious.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. No, and I made that promise when I lost to Grijalva. I was at the church on 12th, and I talked to the congregation, and I promised them, I said, listen, I didn't win. I'm not your representative, but I'm not going to stop representing. I'm not going to stop repping the South Side till I bring the Republicans to the South Side. And I kept my word to them, and I kept my word to South Tucson. I have the Republicans all over South Tucson now, meeting people, becoming a part of South Tucson.
That's fantastic.
And that's what Estrella told me. They said, you know what? You are doing something no Republican's ever done. You are actively reaching out into that community, and no Republican's done that. And
Right. I think most of the Republicans in past have just figured it was a lost cause.
exactly.
And so they just didn't go over there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's like Nogales. I wasn't going to put my signs in Nogales because they're very expensive. But I said, you know what? Because I thought it was a lost cause.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what? I'm going to put my signs there. Heck with it. $600. I'm going to go put $600 worth of signs in Nogales.
Sure.
I put my signs all over Nogales. And then I went to, what's the radio station there? Oscar's his name.
Oh, Oscar Felix?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oscar Felix.
yeah.
And I went and talked to him, and he goes, Mr. Butierez, this is an honor. And we went and sat down at his office, visited. He goes, when I saw your signs popping up through Nogales, I was blown away. He said, no Republican has ever done that.
Yeah.
They have never done that. And I said, well, to be honest with you, I wasn't going to. I thought they would destroy my signs, but they
Right.
don't even break my flags off the top like they do in Tucson.
Okay.
They break all my flags off. Nogales hasn't even touched my flags. They don't touch my signs. They don't touch my flags. And Oscar says, that's because this city respects you, because you put your signs up. He goes, Mr. Butierez, you're the one that can flip Nogales, because they are not Democrats. They think they're Democrats, but they're not. they're really not.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was 14, I told my dad, I said, Dad, you're not a Democrat. Oh, yeah, I am. I said, no, Dad, you're not a Democrat. I said, Dad, you believe in holding people accountable. What it was is he was talking about thieves and drug dealers. You should tie them from a rope on a helicopter and drag them to Choya. And rapists and murderers should just be shot. And I looked at him and said, Dad, you do realize you're not a Democrat, right? Oh, yeah, I am. I said, no, Dad, you're not. That was when I was 14. I registered as a conservative at 18. I've always been a conservative. And today my dad's a Republican. You know, he's 81 years old. He was stubborn, but he's now a Republican, and he realizes that I was right way back when I was 14 years old. And I said, Dad, you're not a Democrat. You're just not. You believe in accountability. You believe in Jesus Christ. I mean, how can you not be a Republican? So,
Yeah.
Yeah. My mother's 95. She registered as a Republican when she was 87.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Same reasons. For the same reasons.
Yeah.
All her life, she thought she was a Democrat.
Yeah.
Until we explained to her that, what her beliefs are and where they align.
Right.
You
right.
know, and so, yeah, she's absolutely.
it's true. We as Hispanics, as Catholics, where most of us are Catholics, there is nothing with the Democratic Party today that aligns with the Catholic belief. Nothing. Right. And guess what? Now we got a Republican Pope. I mean, so it's going to be it's becoming a lot easier to talk to people, because especially in the Hispanic community, they're Democrats, because most of them are Catholics. Well, they can't really bash the Republicans now because your Pope's a Republican. So, there's a lot of things are going to be changing. So,
yeah, hopefully, and that's the biggest thing in Tucson is people over the years have just kept voting for the same people, but expecting the different results.
Insanity is what you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely, I mean, we need new ideas in there. We need new people in there to make the changes that are necessary so that we can lift this community up.
Well, I met a really interesting lady. An older lady. She was in a wheelchair, and we were at Walmart, and I was standing there waiting to get my medicine, and she turns around and looks at me, and she goes, "I know you." And I looked at her. Okay. And she goes, "Well, I've never met you before, but I know who you are. You're Butierez."
Yeah.
I said, "Yes, ma'am." She goes, "You're running the Phil office seat." I said, "Yes, ma'am." "You ran last time, huh?" And I said, "Yes, ma'am." She goes, "I didn't vote for you." I said, "That's okay."
Yes,
But
ma'am.
that's being honest. Yeah, that's fine. That's a conversation.
She goes, "And I'm also an Adelita supporter, or, an Adelita fan."
Sure.
And I said, "Oh, that's nice." And I'm thinking, well, here we go. And she goes, "But this time I'm voting for you."
Nice.
And I said, "Really?"
Yeah.
She goes, "Would you like to know why?" "Well, yeah, kind of."
Of course.
She goes, "Well, for starters, you're the hometown boy. And she said, and the next reason is, it's just time for change.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's a Democrat that was always voted for Grijalva.
Mm-hmm.
She's ready for change. Adelita's running on, I'm going to keep doing the same failed thing.
Yeah.
And I hate Trump, and I'm going to fight Trump. And I mean, she's basically telling everybody, and I got nothing against her. I mean, other than her policies, and we don't agree on anything.
Right.
But she's run on, I'm not going to do anything for Arizona for the next 3 years. Because if she's going to run in there and try to fight a brick wall,
Yeah.
because that's what she's going up against, a brick wall.
Yeah.
She's not going to be able to do anything for Arizona for the next 3 years.
Right.
I mean, we've gone for almost 2 years without any representation. We've run out of funding.
Yeah.
If it weren't for Juan Ciscomani, who went and got us funding, and I actually thanked him for helping us out and got it over to the borders, we're running out because we haven't had anybody in there represented to get us any money. And now she's running on, I'm going to, for the next 3 years, not get you any money either. We really need, and I've been telling everybody this, listen, I either go in there and do what I say I'm going to do, and I have a better chance of bringing resources back to Arizona just because it's controlled by the Republicans. And if I don't do that, then hire someone else next year. There'll be a new primary. They can elect a different, they can have I know this, they weren't happy about who they had to choose from. They might get better representatives up there to primary. If they elect Adelita and she gets in there, they're stuck with her for the next 20, 30 years.
Exactly. As long as she wants to be there.
Yep.
Yeah.
They will never have another primary against her.
Yeah.
So my suggestion to any Democrat that's out there is you vote for Butierez, you get him into office, you let him go in there for the next 10 months and try and bring some money and resources here because we haven't had any.
Right.
I believe the Republican Party would help me very quickly to get those resources here so that I can get elected next time. Mm-hmm. And if I don't do that, then it's a win-win for them. They get another chance at a better candidate for the Democratic Party.
There you go.
Or they decide, you know what, we like this guy, we're going to keep this guy.
Yeah. And you get that ball rolling. You start that ball rolling to start some change.
Yeah.
Which is what we need. Well, thank you so much for coming on with us.
All right. I'm going to have to run up to Green Valley now.
Okay. Yeah, you have a busy day today. So thank you for including us on your schedule, and hopefully we'll talk soon again.
All righty.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. We're going to take a quick sponsor break. We will be back in just a minute with Southwest Flavor.
In Marana, community isn't just where we live, it's who we are. And at the heart of it all is the Marana Chamber of Commerce. We are building a thriving community through connected business leadership. We start the month bright and early with Marana Mornings, sparking real conversations and connections. We celebrate growing networks at our 4th Tuesday mixers, hosted in exciting spaces. We unite visionaries and leaders at Impact Marana, driving meaningful progress together. We look ahead with Marana Insights, hearing directly from regional voices about what's next for our town. And we serve, through the passion of our board of directors and ambassadors, creating a culture of belonging through service and leadership. Because of our members, we're not just doing more, we're becoming more. Together, we're shaping the future of Marana. We are the Marana Chamber of Commerce.
Looking for a delicious meal or a place to cater your next event? Visit Tucson Tamale Market, located at 7286 North Oracle Road. They're a family-friendly restaurant and market offering authentic tamales and local products. Don't miss out on their summer bi-weekly specials. Try a new $10.99 meal special every couple of weeks. During the summer, enjoy their gift card special. Buy $50 of gift cards for only $40. Stop by and see what's new at Tucson Tamale Market.
Estrella Insurance on Irvington Road will help you with all your insurance needs. If you feel like you have a hard case due to a moving violation, a DUI, a suspended license or a car accident, contact us and come to Estrella Insurance on Irvington Road and get a quote today. Open late hours y hablamos español. Estrella Insurance, an agency you can trust.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
September is here, the kids are in school, football has started, and it's still hot in the old Pueblo. Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing is your trusted, local, and family-owned air conditioning and plumbing service provider. We have been serving Tucson and the surrounding areas for over 24 years. Call Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing at 520-492-0748 and go to picturerockscooling.com to set up your next appointment online.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
Therapeutic Ranch for Animals and Kids is an inclusive community empowered and united by the strength of the human-animal bond.
It taught me responsibility. It taught me kindness and social interaction.
We have programs for every member of our community.
I love track because I have 2 daughters. We come out here and get all of our energy out.
Track is my home away from home.
You can make a donation or even become a monthly donor.
Thank you for supporting Track, Tucson's Ranch. We hope to see you here soon.
I've had water and mold damage in my house twice. Both times I freaked out, but I called Steamy Concepts right away. If anyone tries to tell you to use someone else, just say no way and call Steamy today.
About a year ago, we had a flood in our kitchen, and we didn't think to call anyone else but Steamy Concepts. They were very professional, and we really enjoyed working with Steamy Concepts.
Steamy Concepts accepts all homeowners insurance. Call Steamy today or go to steamyconcepts.com.
All right, welcome back to Southwest Flavor. That was a good conversation, huh, Will?
It was.
Yeah.
That was very interesting. I learned some stuff about him that
I learned a lot of things that we didn't know.
So yeah, absolutely. Let's all get together and let's definitely help him across that finish line, man.
Yeah. It's only 12 days till election date. Yeah. So, our next guest is Erica Cantua from Old Tucson.
Yes.
So, do you guys call it Old Tucson Studios anymore, or is it just Old Tucson?
So it's actually Old Tucson Entertainment. They dropped the studios, and then our parent company, American Heritage Railways, added entertainment. So now it is Old Tucson Entertainment, but a lot of people still refer to it as Old Tucson. Yeah. Everybody knows, sometimes you'll hear it be called OTE, which just stands for Old Tucson Entertainment.
Okay, I've never heard of that. Okay.
We've always just called it Old Tucson.
Me too.
Tucson, But back in the day, it was Old Tucson Studios.
Old Tucson Studios.
Because they did have a lot of filming there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We're still doing filming, yeah. Mm-hmm.
What are you guys currently filming? Is there anything that's going on out there?
Yes, that's confidential, but I can say that our last filming was for Jersey Shore. They did a gender reveal at Old Tucson, and this was prior to when I worked there.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. But all filming is confidential, going on as of right now.
Okay. And you're doing events and sales?
Yep, events at Old Tucson. Yeah, anything on site from birthday parties, corporate events, weddings, just anything.
And then, of course, we have the holiday parties coming up.
Yeah. Holiday parties, that's a big one right now. Everybody's booking end of November and then beginning of December because we have Yuletide going on.
Oh, that's right.
So that's our Christmas entertainment. Have you guys been?
I've never been to the Yuletide.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty new. So I feel like people and locals, they're still finding out what it is about. I mean, people are still finding out that Old Tucson is open in general, you know. We have shirts at Old Tucson that say, yes, we're open because, we closed for COVID and then reopened. So it's been 3 years now and still getting the word out that we're open, we're back. Yeah, so we're doing the Christmas holiday parties now. And then even I have one person that wants to do a Halloween party.
Oh, that'd be cool.
During nightfall.
Yeah.
You guys know what nightfall is, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. I was telling you off air, I think I was telling you last week that I worked the first 5 nightfalls.
Oh, okay. I don't remember that.
From 1990 through 94.
Oh, wow. Yeah. What were you doing? Scare actor?
No, I was, let's see. I was at the front gate for a few years, and then I got my EMT. And
nice.
And then I was a security and EMT.
Yep, we always need those. That's awesome.
So I think the last year or two, I actually got to work in the haunted house. So I got my face painted and all that, and I kind of just stand in the corner, and make sure people would go through and not touch anything, or
Oh, that's so cool.
Stuff that
that's actually where we met.
At nightfall?
Yeah, I passed out. I got so scared. He was the EMT. He had to come and revive me.
No. I was was like, we should have talked about this way before. Like,
But I was looking at your card this morning,
yeah.
you know, the sales and event coordinator.
Yes,
And I'm like, I think I put in for that job. Like before you were born.
Yeah,
Or way before you were born.
yeah, probably. I mean, my mom used to work there when I was little, so
Wow,
yeah, Old
okay.
Tucson's been around forever, and everybody is like, "Oh yeah, I used to work there," even if it was like a seasonal position.
Yeah.
So Old Tucson has been good to many people and
It's
been in
been a
many
big
people's
part
lives.
of the community.
Mhm,
Yeah, it really has.
So
Yeah.
you're born and raised Tucson?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah?
Born and raised in Tucson and on that side of town.
Did you go to Tucson High? Because everybody
I
else did.
did.
You
I
did?
go
Oh,
to
that's
Tucson
so-
High.
There you go.
Yeah.
I told you, everybody goes to Tucson High.
Yeah, I graduated early and I was like, okay, you know, did my time.
Very nice. Yeah,
But yeah.
I always comment to him that there's only one high school in Tucson, Tucson High, because
is
everybody
a
we
big
have
one.
on went to Tucson
Yeah,
High.
Well, a lot of my guests, cause I went to Tucson High, so a lot of
Yeah.
my guests went to Tucson High also. So yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it's a Tucson High thing.
It's a big campus. I mean, like,
is.
there's so many people.
Yeah.
And whenever I'm talking to somebody and they say, oh, there's 3,000 kids there, I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's a big campus. Yeah.
There is. It is a big campus.
Yeah.
Definitely.
What middle school did you attend? Here?
Mansfield.
Mansfield? Oh, okay. Yeah. I went to Pister, and that one is
okay.
even a bigger one. How big is Mansfield? How many students do they have there?
Back then, it was really small.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It had, there's like a big building on the east side of its campus that wasn't there before.
Oh, okay.
It was,
So
it was like him and 6 others.
yours must have been a big shift going from a smaller school to that big high school, Tucson
probably.
High.
I think back then we had 2,000 people at Tucson High.
Oh, okay.
It
Yeah.
wasn't as big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, it's grown a lot today, now, today. Gosh.
Yeah.
Well, this was a long time ago.
Oh.
Yeah. Horse and buggy.
right?
Old Tucson? Old Tucson vibes?
Yeah. All right. Back to Old Tucson.
Back to Old Tucson.
Yeah,
Tell us a little
we-
bit about are you guys open daily right now?
So our schedule, we are typically seasonal, and then we run our Wild West Entertainment Day Park from January to typically beginning of May. That is when it is like the weather's nice, the tourists want to come out. That's
Right.
the most popular booming, and we got all of our events going on with games, rides, attractions, shows, entertainment, all of our characters. And then we slow down for the summer season because it gets a little too hot for the tourists.
Yeah.
And then we pick back up for our locals at nightfall, and that's October. And then we pick up again for Yuletide, which is Christmas.
Aha,
And then we do it
okay.
all over again. Yeah.
So this year, when is Nightfall starting? Because I know sometimes it starts like right at the end of September. Or...
Yeah, it's the first week of October. I believe
It
it's
is the
the
first week.
second. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, October 2nd. But for private events, we are doing like a nightfall run. So we have a huge corporate party that's coming, and then we're kind of doing like a nightfall themed for them. So
Oh, wow.
it's
Nice.
pretty cool.
That
Yeah,
is so
all of our
cool.
private events are pretty customizable. I always tell everybody, like, if you have an idea, just let me know, and I'll see what we can do about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So, Nightfall. I mean, it obviously goes back many, many years, right?
33 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then they had some
Yeah.
breaks in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
the fire and with COVID. Yeah.
All right. So I know, like my children who are quite older now, as are his. I know the last few years, maybe 2-3 years before that, it closed.
Yes. Yep. COVID.
It seems like Nightfall had gotten a little bit, just to say, stale.
Okay.
You know, it
In the reopening?
no, this was before the closing.
Oh, before, okay.
Before the closing. No.
Yeah.
We haven't been back to that since. Is it a lot different now? Is it?
I think it's a lot different. The parent company now is trying things out and hearing feedback from the community. Obviously, like Tucson knows Old Tucson. All the locals know Old Tucson. And so they're really taking into consideration everybody's feedback, and everybody wanted Nightfall to be scarier. So
Right,
that's
yeah.
what we're
I think
doing.
that's-
Okay.
I think that was one of the big things.
Yeah. We listen.
I
and
said, son, you're 26 years old. It's not going to be the same.
And that's a good point too. Is like we do listen, but then there's also some changes of like, that just happens naturally. It's going to change over time, and
Yeah.
we just have it, in every scenario we hear about it, but we do our best to make everybody happy and make the events as best as possible. And So yeah, the most common one is Nightfall wasn't scary enough, so we're doing scarier this year. And
Very
this year,
nice.
the theme is clowns. So
Oh,
All right.
wow.
We're gonna have to go and shoot some.
We'll have to go check out.
content there
Yeah.
for
Oh,
that,
yeah.
right?
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Yeah. I haven't been back to Nightfall since I think it was before COVID. It was
Oh, okay,
maybe
yeah.
one of those last years, 18 or 19 then probably.
yep, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we have a lot of new haunted houses. They're all themed. They're building them out currently right now. And a
Wow.
lot of people, when I do site visits, they're like, wow, you guys are already setting up for Nightfall? Like, we already have
Oh, it
all the
takes a long
webs up.
time. Yeah.
It takes a long time. So we're already preparing and getting all the haunted houses built. So it should be pretty. It should be pretty good. We have our main character already, which is Dabney the Clown. So he is a really tall, scary-looking clown, and he's amazing. All the actors are amazing.
Is his name Frank by any chance?
No,
His
it's
name isn't
not.
Frank?
No.
Okay, just checking. We have a scary clown too.
No, yeah.
So with the clown theme, do you have the cowboys interacted, with that?
For entertainment, I'm not sure what they have planned in
Okay.
terms of like involving the Western theme.
Yeah.
So far, I've just seen it be a very Halloween, spooky, like cemetery. We have some witch vibes going on, but not. I haven't seen any like scary clowns or zombie clown. I mean, scary cowboys or zombie cowboys or anything. But I don't know. That's all entertainment, and we'll see what they come up with. Yeah.
And we can still go out there and see a good old Western shootout, right?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
From January through May,
Yep,
right? Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, during our regular Wild West entertainment day park.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, let's take a quick sponsor break, and we will be back in just a couple minutes with Southwest Flavor.
In Marana, community isn't just where we live, it's who we are. And at the heart of it all is the Marana Chamber of Commerce. We are building a thriving community through connected business leadership. We start the month bright and early with Marana Mornings, sparking real conversations and connections. We celebrate growing networks at our 4th Tuesday mixers, hosted in exciting spaces. We unite visionaries and leaders at Impact Marana, driving meaningful progress together. We look ahead with Marana Insights, hearing directly from regional voices about what's next for our town. And we serve, through the passion of our board of directors and ambassadors, creating a culture of belonging through service and leadership. Because of our members, we're not just doing more, we're becoming more. Together, we're shaping the future of Marana. We are the Marana Chamber of Commerce.
Looking for a delicious meal or a place to cater your next event? Visit Tucson Tamale Market, located at 7286 North Oracle Road. They're a family-friendly restaurant and market offering authentic tamales and local products. Don't miss out on their summer bi-weekly specials. Try a new $10.99 meal special every couple of weeks. During the summer, enjoy their gift card special. Buy $50 of gift cards for only $40. Stop by and see what's new at Tucson Tamale Market.
Estrella Insurance on Irvington Road will help you with all your insurance needs. If you feel like you have a hard case due to a moving violation, a DUI, a suspended license or a car accident, contact us and come to Estrella Insurance on Irvington Road and get a quote today. Open late hours y hablamos español. Estrella Insurance, an agency you can trust.
Heat and air, we're in a state of disrepair.
September is here. The kids are in school, football has started, and it's still hot in the old Pueblo. Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing is your trusted, local, and family-owned air conditioning and plumbing service provider. We have been serving Tucson and the surrounding areas for over 24 years. Call Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing at 520-492-0748 or go to picturerockscooling.com to set up your next appointment online.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating and Plumbing.
Therapeutic Ranch for Animals and Kids is an inclusive community empowered and united by the strength of the human-animal bond.
It taught me responsibility. It taught me kindness and social interaction.
We have programs for every member of our community.
I love track because I have 2 daughters. We come out here and get all of our energy out.
Track is my home away from home.
You can make a donation or even become a monthly donor.
Thank you for supporting Track, Tucson's Ranch. We hope to see you here soon.
I've had Water and mold damage in my house twice. Both times I freaked out, but I called Steamy Concepts right away. If anyone tries to tell you to use someone else, just say no way and call Steamy today.
About a year ago, we had a flood in our kitchen, and we didn't think to call anyone else but Steamy Concepts. They were very professional, and we really enjoyed working with Steamy Concepts.
Steamy Concepts accepts all homeowners insurance. Call Steamy today or go to steamyconcepts.com.
All right, welcome back to Southwest Flavor. We're talking with Erica Cantua of Old Tucson. I call it Old Tucson Studios. I'm sorry.
It's totally fine. Yeah, I know. It just rolls off the tongue that way.
Yeah. Way back in the day, I worked on several films. Also, I worked a lot on Tombstone.
Oh,
when they filmed
awesome.
Tucson there.
Yeah.
And Young Riders. That was a series.
They've done so many films out there. Yeah.
Yeah, we actually filmed something out there back when I was with Walgreens.
Really?
We did a promo video out there for Walgreens, and that was really good. They aired it at our managers conference in Vegas.
Okay.
Yeah, they aired that whole thing, and they did a really,
like
really
Western
good job. Yeah, it was a
theme?
Western theme. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was great. You know, the managers were in it. It was all supposed to be hush hush, this day that a whole bunch of the managers and some of the assistants disappeared for the day. And
everyone's like, what's going on?
Right. Our district managers and some of the upper ones were we're noticing for about a week or two that they hadn't shaved.
Oh,
so we're all like, what the heck's
They're all
going on?
scruffy and everything. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It ended up being for that. It was great. So yeah, I mean, businesses, stuff like that can go out there. and do
Did they
things
dress
like
up in
that.
the clothing?
Yes,
okay.
absolutely.
That's always so fun.
Yeah, you gotta try and find that footage somewhere.
Oh, that would be
it was
cool.
really good. They did a really good job on that.
Oh my gosh.
I think when Rich Rodriguez was our football coach, I think one year they did a promo out there.
Did they? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing something like that.
That's so cool. Yeah. I love seeing all the...
businesses can go and do things like
Yes.
that. That's awesome. Yeah.
I love seeing all the creativity that comes from Old Tucson, or even people just using it as a set,
Yeah.
I've even had influencers book time there just to shoot Western themed photos.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was like, yeah, this is pretty cool. So it's nice to see how Old Tucson can be applicable to any sort of creative project, not just movies and stuff like that. But just
we take it for granted because we grew up here. We live here. But then you have people from other parts of the world that are just in awe with it.
Yes, when I do these corporate events, these large events with 400 people, they'll be taking pictures with the saguaro cactuses.
Yes,
and I'm over here. I just have to remind myself. I'm like, oh, that's right. I walk past it, but they are in awe of it. They're taking pictures with it and they're posing with it, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. I forgot. Nobody or some people haven't really seen that. So
I remember driving up Picture Rocks, up the hill and stuff, and you see all the
Gates Pass
all the
or all that,
cactus and everything, and you see tourists taking pictures of them, and you drive by and you're like,
what are they doing?
Yeah.
Oh, man, tourists.
Yeah.
But you forget that you don't see that everywhere.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So easy just to walk by and just be like, oh yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about some of the events that you've been, part of.
Yeah,
there.
of course.
You've had some weddings and some different parties and stuff.
Oh my gosh, we had this one wedding recently in May, and it was 2 days out for this ceremony. She calls me. She says, "Can you do a wedding ceremony in 2 days?" I was like,
oh my.
Wow.
Well, technically, but you would need to come and do a site visit pretty quick. And so she says, okay, we can be down there today. And so she comes down to Old Tucson. We do a site visit. I show her and her fiance all of our venue spaces, and they liked our white chapel, which I'm pretty sure was in Little House on the Prairie.
Yep.
So that building, if you remember, and it's beautiful. It's cute and beautiful. There's no AC in it, though.
Right.
And I'm telling her, yeah, it's May and there's no AC, in this building. And they both love this space, and they still chose it. And so we're like, well, this is what we could do. We could get a generator, and we can have a swamp cooler or one of those
or a little portable.
Yeah, where you connect the hose to it. I'm not sure what the name is called, but we did that, had it running for the whole morning until the ceremony, and it cooled the place down a little bit, but
May's usually not too bad.
Yeah, well, I mean, it seemed like this year it was a little questionable, but that day it was cloudy. And so then I was like, oh my gosh, this bride got so lucky. So come day of, you know, we're having the ceremony and all the guests are arriving and we have it all decorated and the bride wants a cowboy character to come through the chapel doors on the objection, and then groomsmen. Cool, it was really cute. The groomsmen all had our prop guns, and so they were lined up. You know, it was not at all scripted. This was something that our cowboy character came up with impromptu on the spot, and he did a fantastic job. He overheard the story of how they met and overheard the story of them choosing Old Tucson for their venue space. So why it was so last minute was they were supposed to do it at another place, but the Catalina fires had affected their venue spot. So they had to find something on the fly, and Old Tucson was available, so they were like, okay, you know, we already have a date. We just need to have a location. And anyway, so the cowboy character, you know, comes through the doors, and I'm recording and I'm cracking up. Like, in the video, I'm cracking up. And he goes, I'll admit it, I started the fire in the Catalinas. He's confessing his love. Like, I don't want you to get married.
Oh, wow.
It was so good. I was cracking up. All the guests didn't know that this was going to happen. It was totally a surprise. And they're all laughing, and the bride's laughing, and, you know, all the groomsmen, they have their prop guns, and they're like, speak now or forever hold your peace. And the cowboy character goes, oh, I thought you said accept this wedding. I'm at the wrong church. And so it was just a cute little bit that they did, and it was really cool to add to their wedding, and it was super unique. And that
is so cool.
It was so Old Tucson, and everybody loves to hear that story when talking about like wedding ceremonies and stuff like that.
That is awesome. And just on a side note, if you know that chapel that you're in ever needs air conditioning, I know a guy. Just so you know, I'm sure that we know a guy that can get you some AC in there.
Connect y'all with facilities on that one. Yeah, this was 2 days out. We weren't able to make magic happen. Yeah,
looking out for you, buddy.
Yeah, there you go.
You gotta have friends like that.
Yeah. So not only can you have your ceremonies or your parties there, but you guys do full catering also, right? So I mean, you could have the wedding and the reception there. Make sure everyone is fed and happy.
I see some big cowboy steaks coming from there somewhere.
What, steaks? I mean, it got to be a special event. We have like our cowboy menu that's pretty popular. Our brisket, that's what everybody likes. Yeah. And it is so good. You know how we have that big smoker in the restaurant called Big Jake's?
Yep.
It is so good. Our brisket is really good. Anyways, but yeah, typically for like our corporate events and stuff like that, they choose our cowboy menu. But we also have other options like a taco bar. We also have pizza, which is all house-made pizza.
Oh, nice.
But we also have a pizzeria, which some people may not know. What else? Oh, hamburgers, hot dogs. Some people choose that.
Sure.
And then we also have appetizers, desserts. A lot of people love our DIY s'mores station, especially for corporate events, because the people who are booking it sometimes are like, yeah, they don't know what s'mores are. So like some of the guests don't know what s'mores are.
They're coming from New York City.
They're coming from out of the country. So
same thing,
right?
So we have our cowboy characters that'll do like a bit around. Okay, this is how you make a s'more. You know, let me teach you the right way of how to make a s'more. So they make it really entertaining and fun.
How fun.
Yeah.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
And do you have entertainment options also?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for private events, people can book their own stunt show. And you know how they're falling off from the building and stuff like that? Yeah, we can do those stunt shows for private events. And it could be just exclusively for that group. It could be from 20 people to 500 people, you know. So we do have that. We have...
do you have audience participation in that?
Yes, yeah. but it's
Not
not
falling off the roof.
Yeah, I was gonna say like a different kind of audience participation for the Can show, which is one of our most popular entertainment choices.
Right.
I love the bit where they ask somebody to come up, like they're like, "Who wants to come up on stage with us and learn the dance?" And the cowboys go, "Me!" They shoot up their hands so quick, and it's the funniest thing. I love seeing it. And so what they'll do is they'll take the people on stage and then backstage, and they'll give them like a little kid's tutu.
Oh, wow.
And like
a tiara or something?
Yeah,
or,
a wig, like a blonde wig, and it's all messed up, you know, and they'll just give them all these funny props, and then they will actually teach them like their little version of a can show.
The kick or whatever.
Yeah. Obviously like a easier version. But yeah, they do that bit, and it gets me every single time. But
I'm sure the audience loves it too.
Oh yeah. Yeah. They are so fascinated with it. Everybody's laughing. People take pictures, you know, if it's like their friends in the audience or their coworker, and they're like, "Oh, haha, look at John up there, like in a tutu," you know. It's all guys dressed up in tutu. Yeah, it's so funny. But yeah, the Can show is definitely one of our most popular that's booked for private events. Everybody loves the Can girls, yeah. And then Streetmosphere and the character interactions, a lot of people love to book that as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We have a few minutes left. Tell us a little bit about the Yuletide program, the one during Christmas.
Yep, yeah. So for our holiday events, we have Yuletide, which is basically if you're a local and you know what nightfall is, just turn that into Christmas.
Okay.
So it's like a completely opposite vibe. We take down all the scary decorations. We put up all of the, you know, cheerful Christmas decorations, candy canes, Christmas trees, Christmas lights, hot cocoa bar, everything Christmas that you can think of. We got it. And then all the entertainment, flip that from scary to joyful. And that's all Christmas themed as well. So all the entertainment, all of our characters, they'll go from a scary clown to a elf, you know? So it's just...
Is that more Old West themed? Yuletide?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Old West. They call it not the North Pole, but the West Pole.
Ah,
yeah.
Okay, there you go.
So it's like the Western Christmas vibe. Yeah. Still trying to incorporate, you know, Old Tucson for what it is and all the history. Yeah. But it's just a big Christmas celebration and all entertainment. We still have the rides going on, so that's great. Everybody loves to hear that, especially with a family-friendly event like this.
Yeah.
They like to hear that there's going to be things for their children to do and their family to have fun with, all ages, you know. They really like that part. And then for our private events, we're doing holiday packages that include discounted tickets for Yuletide.
Oh, okay.
So booking a holiday party in Old Tucson and then doing it in our barn area, which is private, but then you can go down to our park and explore the public area, which is our town square and everything like that for Yuletide. So you get the best of both worlds for private and public while not spending a fortune on like private entertainment, you know, because you get the whole Yuletide experience, which is the whole park that you're enjoying with our shows, rides, games, attractions, stuff like that. And the petting zoo is also a really big one.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, families love the petting zoo.
Yeah. I'm sure. So how do people get a hold of you if they want to
reach
look
out.
at the event space?
Via email. I'm always open to site visits. They're free, and my schedule is really flexible. So come down to Old Tucson. My email is ecantua@oldtucson.com.
All right, perfect.
Awesome.
Well, thank you so much for coming and
thank
being
you for
with us.
inviting me.
Yeah, it was fun.
Thank you for having me.
Definitely love to have you on again.
Of course, I would love to.
All right, sounds good.
Awesome. Thank you.
That's another episode of South